Welcome to Java Forum. Now we are going to install .NET Core 2.1 on Oracle Linux 8 operating system. So .NET Core 2.0 is a long-term support release. So at this time of recording, still it's supported. So these are the binaries we are going to install. So we are not going to install all the binaries. We are going to install that tar.gzip generic tar.gzip file, which contains all the runtimes and SDKs. So I have provided the download link in the description of the video. Please go through the description of the video before you proceed to install. So /opt is the directory where we are going to install the .NET binaries. So I have created one directory called .NET, and I am creating another directory called .NET apps. So inside the .NET directory, I am creating one more directory 2.1. So under 2.1 directory only, I am going to install .NET binary. And in coming to .NET apps directory, I am creating one directory called 2.1. So here I am going to create .NET 2.1 applications. So make sure that you have created two separate directories for application, another for binary installation. Okay, before I proceed to binary installation, we need to check some prerequisites. That is, some of the packages should be already installed. So I am listing out the packages now. So KRB file, so this KRB file package is already installed here. libicu, so libicu also installed. OpenSSL, so OpenSSL also installed here. So here OpenSSL is 1.1.1, which is the higher version in Oracle Linux 8 series, and zlib, that also installed. So regarding OpenSSL, this is higher version, might not be supported by .NET 5.0, sorry, .NET 2.1 apps. So we need to install Compat OpenSSL. So this is the Compat OpenSSL. So this Compat OpenSSL RPM is available in Oracle Linux 8.1 DVD itself. No need to download externally. So what is the usage of Compat OpenSSL is, this will provide the backward compatibility between OpenSSL 1.0 and OpenSSL 1.1. So for that purpose, we are installing Compat-OpenSSL RPM package, which is used by .NET Core 2.1. So now I am going to extract .NET Core 2.1. So these are the contents of tar.gzip file. So I am going to extract to /opt/.NET/2.1. So as I have told you earlier, create separate directory for binary, separate directory for applications. So now I am extracting the binary to /opt/.NET/2.1. So this is the directory structure of .NET Core 2.1. So it has SDK and .NET Core runtimes, ASP.NET Core and Microsoft.NET Core runtimes, and it supports C#, and ASP.NET. So all console applications are supported in Linux platform. All web app type applications are supported. So Windows Forms like applications are not supported in Linux platforms. So .NET Core is specially for console and web application that can be run on Linux. Okay. So I extract the binary successfully. Now I am going to add the .NET Core 2.1 path to the bash profile. That is, I am going to append the path to Linux path variable, so that .NET Core 2.1 will be available in the terminal, so that you can run the .NET programs. So /opt/.NET/2.1. So I am appending this path to the path variable. So save the bash profile. Okay, now back to the terminal. So I'm going to home directory now. So in home directory only bash profile is there. So source space dot bash profile will loads the latest settings done in bash profile. So now I am running the .NET commands. .NET version will give you the latest .NET installed in your Linux machine. .NET list SDKs will print the SDKs available, and .NET list runtimes will list down the runtimes available inside the .NET Core 2.1. So .NET Core 2.1 installed successfully. Now I am going to .NET apps directory. So under that I'm going to 2.1. So now I am going to create one simple console application. So this is a C# console application. So this is the command used to create the console application. .NET new console -0 -o console application name. That's it. So this will create a simple .NET Core 2.1 console application. Yes, you can see that directory is got created. So let us check the directory structure in file system visually. So I'm going to .NET apps 2.1. So this is the console application, and these are the files generated, and you can see that one C# file also got generated. I'm going to edit this C# file. So going to print hello world application. Yes, that's it. Save the C# file. So if you are expert means you can add extra logic to this C# file. So now I am going to print that hello world in the console. So go inside the directory, application directory, and type the command .NET run. That's it. So this will print the hello world in the console. Yes. So I successfully run the C# console application. Now back one directory backward. Now I am going to create one simple ASP.NET web application. So this is the command used to create ASP.NET Core 2.1 web application. .NET new web app -o web application name, no HTTPS. So this will create one web application directory. So inside that ASP.NET web application directory, you can see a lot of files are generated. So let us navigate those files. Yes, this is the data structure of .NET Core 2.1 web app, that is ASP.NET 2.1. So you can see a lot of HTML, JavaScripts are generated. So inside www root you can see JavaScript, and inside the lib directory you can see latest JavaScript frameworks like Bootstrap, jQuery are generated. So you can see that C# files also generated. If you are expert means you can add logic to this C# files. So I think two C# files are generated, startup.cs and program.cs. So if you are expert means you can add extra logic to this C# files. So now let us run this ASP.NET Core 2.1 web app. So now I am getting inside the directory, that is web app directory. Go to that web app directory, .NET watch run. That's it. So this will start the web server. Internally .NET Core 2.1 I have one web server. This will start the web server which is running on the port 5000. So on the port 5000, this .NET Core ASP.NET Core 2.1 web application is accessible in the browser. So let me start the browser now. Yes, so type localhost 5000. Yes, so this is the home page of ASP.NET Core 2.1 web application. So these are the home page and many files are generated. So you can modify accordingly. You can write logic and modify accordingly these web pages. So also in console you can see that request and response are printed here. So simply press Ctrl C to quit the application. That's it. So finally I conclude that .NET Core 2.1 installed successfully on Oracle Linux 8 operating system. Make sure that you have installed the dependencies correctly and you have created separate directory for binaries and separate directory for applications.